All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of Tier 3. We have a sprint race early in the season, week 2, and we have 18 drivers on the grid, down from 19 last week, but due to the circumstances, we've got 3 reserves in today and a kick Sauber driver ended up injuring their wrist. So, unfortunate situations there, but hopefully, we see everyone a full 20 car grid next week. But while we're here, let's introduce everyone from the top down. ERO 21 Panda is Panda. MMR Frenchie, one of the reserves, is just Frenchie. He's reserving for McLaren, as you can see. Zizer is Zizer. Blackout is Blackout. The book Eli is Eli. Cabrito is Cabrito. Dr. B is Dr. or Dr. B, whatever. Toasty is reserving for the kick. His name is Toasty. Blue Knight is Blue Knight. Mini C Seed is Mini C. Bear or whatever. Bear Ball is Diner. That one's pretty different. Project Nemesis is Nemesis. Caden is Caden. Joseph Godbolt is Joseph. Golden Sniper is Golden. Formula Jonah is Jonah. Bala 1991 is Bala. And the last reserve, Fate F4. We're just going to call him Fate or Fate F4 or whatever.
Not to be confused with the T1 Fate.
Yeah. He is racing for Red Bull. Last week, Pizza informed me that he was quiet on the stream, so we have maxed his volume, and hopefully he sounds a little bit louder.
Hello. Hold on. Let me mute you.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, it's good.
Okay. Sweet. So his volume is all the way up. I was honestly worried about doing this because I thought it was going to blast my eardrums, but it's honestly fine. So I'm happy that that's sorted and it wasn't too hard. Anyway, Pizza, after last week, who are you looking, who are you most excited to see, race here at COTA?
At COTA. So Fate said, the T1 Fate said that he was pretty good at COTA yesterday on August stream. I don't know if that will translate to his counterpart in T3. Formula Jonah had a pretty good comeback last week, despite getting unlucky and serving basically 2 drive-thrus. I don't know if that guy that kept spinning, Diner, I'm not sure what his name is on here.
Yeah,
If he's here this week. Pooh Bear?
Yeah, Bear, I think.
Oh!
YRL, Bear Ball, whatever.
Bear Ball. Okay. Yep. Him. He got pretty unlucky last week with the race start and kept spinning, but at least he finished off a podium. The Williams looked good last week. Panda, the other Mercedes, Aero 21 Panda, he got unlucky with his internet last week. Talked a lot in T3 chat. Yeah, talked a lot in T3 chat, but his internet couldn't back it up. Therefore, the Mercedes of Jonah was the only points finisher for them. Who else? We had Caden, the RBs, the V-Carbs. Don't know what their name is now. Toro Rosso, AlphaTauri. Blackout and Caden did not have a good showing last week. Let's see if it's going to be a different story this week. Blackout setting the first lap with a 35.6.
Yeah,
demolished. Both V-Carbs are getting demolished.
And comes across on the medium tires. Now Diner beating him by 4/10 on the medium tires as well. I am excited to see Frenchie. I mean, you basically listed half the grid. That's one of the reserves that I've seen drive before as Cabrito. So it's the first time on softs, which is probably going to be the preferred tire here. Frenchie has raced in, I'm pretty sure, the highest division in Midwest. Says he hasn't played in a while, hasn't practiced, and decided to end up in Can-Am Tier 3. So I was a little nervous letting him in this low because I've seen what he's capable of, but I guess we'll kind of find out. So I'm kind of excited to watch him and see where he'll end up and if he'll ever be allowed to race in Tier 3 again. But we've seen half the field come across the line, and your statement on V-Carb changing the narrative. Um, they're the
Look,
bottom
listen,
two.
I'm sure it's because Caden's on medium tires. It is a sprint, so you're trying to save your tires. Use the soft, save your softs maybe for the sprint, depending on what the strategy is here, what the preferred tire is around here. But
You don't,
yeah,
you don't,
it's not ideal to use two sets in quali during a sprint weekend or during a
you,
sprint week.
you don't have to pit in the sprint, right?
No, but
Okay.
ideally you want a tire that can last, throughout the entire sprint race, so you don't have to make a
Yeah, it'll
stop
basically
or.
be a hard or a medium.
Yeah.
I would think COTA isn't too stressful on the tires, except really Sector 1. If you can be smooth through Sector 3, it shouldn't be really damaging. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I don't have the data myself, but I wouldn't think that COTA is a super tire wear track.
Yep. Historically, in real life, it's generally without a safety car, a two-stopper. But this is in game and it's half a race,
Yeah.
so we'll see how the drivers do here with one set of tires. Caden might know. I mean, most of the grid or a lot of the grid, maybe not most, are on mediums. So
Yeah. A lot of them
see why they're
setting
doing
times
that.
on mediums. Bala coming across in P4. We were just on board with him. Let's go find someone who maybe hasn't set a lap as Blue Knight is starting his lap. If you want to take us through your home race, Pizza.
My home race in the heart of Texas. What are we looking at?
Blue Knight just
Oh, Blue Knight
starting.
in the red Ferrari, going through the S's here. Quite a technical portion of the track until you reach the beginning of Sector 2. This last turn here, right before the DRS zone, it's one of the many hairpins on this track. Why most drivers don't like it. But after that, it's a breeze all the way down to Sector 3, just driving on the straights. So you could opt for the high downforce setup and breeze through Sector 1, or go for the high downforce or low downforce setup and have a higher top speed going down the straight in Sector 2. It'll be interesting to see what the drivers do here, because we know in Tier 1 it's quite difficult to overtake. Everyone goes low downforce because it's impossible to overtake in the S's,
Yeah.
even if you have high downforce. So we'll see what the difference is here with T3. But if we're lucky, then we'll get a lot of action again, just like last week. Part of that was due to the rain, and the other part was due to all the collisions, all the incidents. But hopefully we're in for another show this week.
Yeah, Blue Knight. P7 while we were on board. A good lap of 134.6, but 1.2 seconds behind. If we can throw up maybe the gap to the leader there, as Frenchie down in 14th. A couple of drivers have not done any laps, but now every driver fitting the softs. Caden, the only one still on the mediums, but he's in the pits, so he could come back out and throw on the softs. But everyone coming out to do their final lap, and we should see the order start to flip here as the last couple drivers start to do their final runs. Jonah in 18th, looking to basically get somewhere else, just starting his lap. Maybe find someone a little bit further down the road here as Eli coming through the
I'm curious
final
as to
corner.
why so many drivers basically did one lap on the mediums and then bossed
Yeah,
again to waste a set.
not sure.
I
Eli,
wonder if we'll see
kind
any of that in T1.
yeah, I don't know what happened. And someone was ghosted. There's an absolute queue coming out of the pit lane. 5 drivers coming out trying to avoid impeding down into turn 1, and oh my goodness, another driver coming out at the very last moment. It's Toasty He has a minute 46 to get through the circuit and not impede anyone. That's going to be pretty close. The race winner from last week, still in P4. Diner in P3. He was our pole sitter last week. Cabrito in P2, a strong qualifying from him after scoring his first Can-Am points. But he was up in the podium positions for a bit, through a bit of that chaos, and then was kind of taken out at the hairpin. And there it is, Jonah, provisional pole by 0.6 to Dr. B. And that is what we expect from him based on last week. But Cabrito, according to my track map, which could be lying, is purple through Sector 2. And I wonder if Panda, without his internet trouble, is going to be able to be up towards the top as Cabrito makes an overtake on his qualifying lap off the track, but does not get invalidated. Is it going to be personal best? Now off the track again, and he adds time.
Hop to Diner next.
Yeah, Diner.
He's on a hot right now. He was our pole position starter last week. Didn't have a good start. Jonah had a tremendous start. Just got unlucky at turn 1 by Diner. Let's see what he can do this week.
Looks like Toasty just made the line to start his lap. Joseph would be the one coming across. Don't know if he's on a hot lap or not. Is he going to make it? It looks like he does cross the line. So Fate F4, Blue Knight, Zizor, and Mini Speed all have finished, done their final laps, and Joseph did improve up to P6. Another promising look for the Haas team as they, despite not winning last week, are first in the Constructors with 30 points compared to Aston Martin's 29, which, again, had the winner and double points. Diner across the line, followed closely by, I think, Panda, and Diner goes P2. Oh, that was not Panda, that was Jonah. Did not improve, but Diner 0.3 off Jonah, so Jonah with a strong provisional pole time. Bala invalidated in P5. Joseph way up on his time. Nemesis cutting the grass. Panda is going to be next. Dave, hello in chat. Panda coming to the last corner. He said, let's commentate together. No. And
Why not?
He
Why not?
drops 0.7. I think that's it.
Do you have any statements
Toasty.
as CP of Aston Martin, Exo Dave,
Up to
about
P4.
the Cabrito points last week? Or did he finish in the points?
Yeah, he did.
I think. Okay, those were his first points, right?
Yeah. Yeah, P8, 4 points.
Oh my God, he said it. I'm literally fighting the urge right now. Wait, Fief, where did the Aston Martins finish? Where did the Aston Martins qualify?
Looks
Fief.
like between 5th and 8th.
This guy's no fun. But if you look at the timing page,
we have a lot of
bit of double ups.
A lot of Noah's Ark, yeah.
Yeah.
The V-Carbs nearly in last, the Alpines just in front of them, all sandwiched by the McLarens. The Red Bulls right next to each other. The Aston Martins next to each other, just outside the top 5.
What race is next week?
I'm not sure.
We're not even done with this week yet, and Dave's already looking to next week.
We still have a long week in front of us here. So Bala, the only driver to finish his time on the meet. Oh, actually, no.
Azerbaijan.
Mini C and Caden were the other two to finish on mediums. The rest on softs. Bala up in P7. And I think that's it. No real incidents or anything. Frenchie, who I was excited to see, is last. So I don't think any huge surprises. The Aston Martin team looking a lot better than what they did last season. Replacing Charlie with Bala has proven to net them a lot of points here.
Fief, did you know there's another sprint in 2 weeks?
I'm pretty sure.
Pan Am has 3 sprints, right? A season? Yep, 3
Yeah.
sprints a season, and the first 2 are within the first 4 weeks. Okay.
Dave strikes again.
He says that was Flame's fault.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. Okay. Is Bucko not streaming tier 2?
He should be streaming. I got a notification from him.
Oh, did he? Dude, the bot is just not pulling their streams to official.
Yeah, well, don't do that again.
Where's
Dude,
his
Adam's
stream?
not even quality.
Where's his stream?
Bucko stream? On his channel?
I'm gonna have to just. I need to go forward the bot message for Logan into official stream. And then I need to go post Bucko stream on official stream. Okay, yeah, here he is.
Steve, what is your phone number? Oh, I'll type it out in the chat.
Okay. Oh,
Looks like we're having this formation.
Yeah.
So what are your predictions going into this week? Do you think Jonah is going to, be running away from the field?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Generally, in sprints, you really want to avoid that safety car.
Yeah, I don't think that we'll see a safety car in the sprint, especially in COTA. I am interested to see what tires everyone did, and it is mediums for everyone except Panda on the hards and P5, Nemesis on the hards, Eli and Blackout all on the hards, qualifying basically throughout the grid, but most of them on mediums. I don't know what I expect. I think for the most part, qualifying was pretty much the same as. It feels like kind of the same as last week, where you have Jonah and Diner at the top 2. I think we could probably get used to that. Toasty might end up joining the grid, so P4 for him, with Henry being sidelined.
This is his first start of the season, and his first qualifying session, he gets. Yeah. Did my eyes deceive me, and I saw a one-stop strategy by AWS?
Yeah, I do think Dr. B, I don't think he qualified this high last week. I know he was running in the top 2 and leading the race for a while, but...
Hi, chat. Come to my kitchen, grab a snack with me.
But yeah, I think Panda and Jonah were 2-3 last week, so Panda going down in 5th after talking a lot of trash, and now starting on the hard tires, maybe the alternate strategy might pay off. 4 medium runners behind him, 4 medium runners ahead of him. We will go on board this start with... we'll actually go on board with Toasty, who's just behind Diner. See if there's any front row incidents. I won't ride on board with him, but...
Who put their XP in sprint quality, Dave? Caden? Oh.
So here we go. Start of the race, racing up the hill.
4 DSQs.
Into turn 1. Can't park the car. Gonna hide the UI for the race start. And Toasty gets a terrible start and is passed immediately by an Aston Martin. And here we go up the hill. It looks like Jonah got away well, and oh my goodness, we have so much contact. 4 drivers completely off the road. Oh! Okay. Aston Martin around. And Toasty all the way down. 10 spots, 11. Cabrito in the pile up. Panda down 2 spots, starting on the hard tires, and Fate F4 up to 6th. The Haas as well of Joseph up 4 spots. Top 3 remain unchanged. Absolute carnage off the start in the midfield, but the top couple drivers get away well, and looks like the top 6 have formed a bit of a train, a little bit of a gap to our only hard runner in P7, who has a gap in front and behind him.
Blue Knight's the only driver outside of the podium positions to keep his spot.
Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure Toasty just absolutely sent a dive bomb. Not sure if he even got the spot. Now Blue Knight battling with the Alpine, close to contact, but Mini C holding the inside. Blue Knight going off the track, and now everyone's attacking everyone. Caden in the middle of it. Better look from him than where he was last week. Racing hard for those positions, as now someone has been shoved off the track towards the back of the field. But I think the top drivers all civilly coming across the line to finish the first lap. And man, we have seen quite the start from a couple of these drivers. Someone else moving down the order, or up, I should say, is Toasty coming back up into 12th. We've got a caution, and I think that's a blackout. Is he boxing, or is he having trouble with his car? Not sure, but all the way back there. And look at Golden and Cabrito battling. They were in the stewards report with each other last week 2 times. Maybe you could see a bit more of them, but this time battling it out for 16th and no longer points. Toasty making his way back up into 11th. That's where the bulk of the battles are. I really think the top 6 have fanned out. Joseph might be under attack from Bala soon, and Diner catching Jonah rapidly here as we go on board with Diner. Only 2/10 separate them, and maybe he'll be able to make a move up across the start-finish straight.
We're already seeing a huge gap between P1 and 2 from the rest of the grid here. Dr. B in a bit of a no man's land. Yeah, we see a yellow flag in the start of sector 3.
Mini C now down into 17th. Diner gets a good exit, gets the fastest lap. Now down the inside of Jonah and makes the overtake for the lead. Goes a bit deep into turn 1 though. Now Jonah alongside, oh my goodness, side by side.
Has to back out.
Yeah, Jonah just cedes. Very smart. We'll go on board with him now, as there's basically no chance to overtake through this sector of the track. And now Jonah a little deep, and now wide, and now he nearly loses DRS, but now 7/10 of a second. He should be well within the range.
If you take a look at Jonah's
ball,
teammate,
Dave, he is Diner, if you caught the beginning of the stream. Go ahead.
Jonah's teammate is leading a DRS train here. Quite a few drivers within 1 second right behind him, all the way from P7 to basically P16. Everyone's within a second of each other.
I think we could see a battle as Toasty makes another overtake, and now is sliding through the corner. Doesn't make it stick. And Caden right behind him. Remember, only the top 8 scores, so top 10 aren't even 4 points. I honestly forgot that. I think we could see quite the battle here between Fate F4 and Bala. Last week's winner and now a reserve driver coming in. Putting a little bit of pressure on. Bala now slipped out of the DRS from Joseph, who is absolutely putting on a clinic in these first 2 weeks, just going way up in positions and then holding that. We saw his defensive masterclass last week, but wasn't able to pull within range of Bala to win in Canada. Ended P2, which I think is a great result considering
we see our first 2 track limit penalties from Golden and
Towards
and
the
Blue
back of
Knight.
the hood there. But yeah, Joseph outperforming his P11 contract, and I think might blow that one out of the water.
All right, let's see what Jonah's going to do here on the back straight. See if he can even close the gap. Even with DRS, he is falling back on Diner.
Yeah, Diner
Just managing
now rapidly
to close it up.
Rapidly approaching as we have another caution. I think it's Mini C once again. Blue Knight flipping positions with Zeiser, and Golden getting past Frenchie. Zeiser and Blue Knight in a battle that we're not watching. Now let's go on board with them. All behind Caden, who is P9, and it looks like a battle behind them, even a four-way battle. Drivers are absolutely scrapping down further in this field, and it looks like someone just absolutely sent it off the track, but everyone's still there. But yeah,
seems like Diner just pulled out of DRS range from Jonah. Jonah catching back up at the end of the straight, but if through these S's, Diner can pull away, I feel like he could run away with the sprint win here.
Yeah, I think Fate, we missed an overtake on Bala, but now, aside from P1 and 2, which really is starting to fan out, which you might be right, Jonah might not have DRS, gaining now, but other than these two, I mean, everyone else is almost out of DRS as Blue Knight gets another penalty, and he's the only one with 6 seconds penalty. Okay, Dave. I don't know what you mean.
He means he wants those 1 hour timeouts to be Riles. I think we did this last week, but you never cashed in on it. Yeah. I think Dave and I combined for like a 12-hour timeout for Panda, but you never did it.
It's just coming up on my screen as Riles.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he's redeeming the 1 hour timeouts.
Oh.
Damn. The streamer's a scam. Do not spend your points here.
I'm pretty sure they get refunded if they don't get accepted, which is why he probably has so much.
No, they don't get refunded because you never, they don't know if Discord, you do it on Discord or not.
Well, no, but you have to go into Twitch and accept the whatever.
Oh.
The request, basically.
I heard your cat.
Yeah, he is right here.
Jonah is still staying within DRS range from basically P3 to P7. Everyone's in no man's land, out of DRS range of each other.
Bala just lost the car, though. And Panda goes through into P6. Oh my God, Dave. Someone tie him out. Oh, you probably can't because he's a mod.
Oh, were you asking me to? Because I thought you were kidding.
No.
I
just flooding the stream.
Keep in mind, Toasty was P4 at one point in this race, dropped all the way down to P16, and now he's back in the points. He's driving angry, if anyone's ever watched the F1 movie.
Looking for battles. Cabrito down the inside of
Bala overtakes Panda for the position again.
So
after losing the car in Sector 1.
You would think Panda's tires would start to be getting better as he is the top driver on the hard
we see a Red Bull. Fade F4 going off track. Losing 2 positions.
Losing 2 places, and now here's Toasty.
See if we can get this overtake here into turn 1. Great run by Toasty. Is he going to go for it? He is.
Oh! Contact. Fate F4 doesn't budge, but Toasty gets the worst of it. But
Toasty is not having a good time at turn 1.
Toasty
at turn 1, he gets shafted on lap 1. Now he gets shafted.
think he's just being overambitious. Like, I don't think it's him.
I didn't see what happened.
I don't think it's him like getting unlucky or anything. I think he's just going for moves that he's a little bit too far back for. But he is back up into the sprint points now. But I think anything past P5 here is pretty much unattainable, as Eli has a moment. Now Caden comes through.
Panda with a good run on Bala here. He goes for the dive. Does he land it?
Is he gonna stick
No. Bala keeps his foot in. Bala will not go down without a fight.
Now he's gonna have the outside. Oh, okay, no. Okay, yes. Panda still absolutely sends it up the inside.
Ooh, a little wheel lock.
Oh! Turns outside into Panda here. Panda's still looking for any opportunity, but he's not going to have it. That was a scrap that probably let Fade F4 get a little bit closer. Top three.
2 races going on simultaneously for the points. Caden's in it now, too. Within DRS right behind Toasty.
Caden probably took week 1 as a wake-up call and has looked a lot better, a lot more composed. And yeah, what happened to Fade F4 is he's losing spots.
Go ahead and do it on Can-Am, like the Discord, Dave. I'm sure if he would go back and accept the requests.
Right.
So just go ahead and do it. You have the receipts here, so.
Not sure what is happening to Fade F4, but it seems like he's just constantly losing the car throughout this race. Definitely a wild card. But yeah, Diner and Jonah pulling away from Doctor, who's 4 seconds back, who's 5 seconds ahead of Joseph, so he's pulling away, who's now 4 seconds ahead of Bala, and now they're scrapping again. Toasty is right in the mix now of all this action, and Panda is not getting the benefit of the overlap now being on the hard tires. Goes for the inside move that he tried last lap. That doesn't work.
He also has a time penalty here.
Oh, yes.
So as of right now, this is going to drop him out of the points for Panda.
Yeah, and that's going to put Caden in.
Yeah. Everyone within DRS of each other here. Eli also catching up to the pack.
This DRS train has literally just appeared out of absolutely nowhere. It was like a 3-way battle, and now all of a sudden it's doubled in size. I feel like that's so rare to see. But now it's like 7 cars all battling for the last couple points, and this is where we're going to fixate our cameras on for the last couple laps. We already know the top 5 are, well, top 4 at least, probably staying in that order of Diner, Jonah, Dr. B, and Joseph, all pretty much out of range unless they make a serious mistake. But again, here goes Panda looking down the inside, and he might open up a hole. Oh, and Toasty going for the switchback, gets a little bit of contact. And now what are we going to see here as we're on board with Toasty navigating through Sector 3? Oh my goodness.
3 low?
Oh!
Toasty. Toasty is not using his brakes today. Drops 2 positions here. 3. Wheel locks with Caden. Keeps his foot in. Loses 4 positions with that overly ambitious move. Eli is now in the points.
Oh my goodness. Well, and Panda's going to drop, unless he can really pull away in this last lap. Oh, no, the last lap just started. I was going to say, are we ending? No, this is the last lap. Panda has a lot of work to do to pull away from this DRS train if he wants any kind of sprint points. And, I mean, just look at all the drivers behind him. This is crazy.
This is what happens when... Toasty going for an ambitious move into turn 1 again. Let's see if he keeps his foot in.
There's no way.
Caden backs out.
Oh my goodness. Oh, but now he's holding up Caden.
Caden backs out. At this rate, Panda it's just going to be
Oh, and
Kate
Toasty
or
gets a
Toasty getting it.
penalty. So
Well,
now
all of that
it's.
was for naught.
Oh no, I don't know if Caden's going to be in range of Panda anymore. Now they're finally fanning out, going into the final couple sectors of this race. And does Bala have DRS, or else he is going to be under threat? He does not have DRS. Here comes Fade F4 from a ways back, 3/10 heading into the braking zone. Oh, and Bala completely compromised his own line. We're 3 wide. Fade F4 getting sandwiched and now hitting the back of Bala. Oh my goodness, who is going to end up scoring in these final couple corners? Diner comes across in P1, but oh my goodness, what a battle here. Jonah is going to come across in P2. I don't even know who's going to finish
Bala
where
going
in
around
this.
the outside. And he makes it stick. He's going to have it inside
Oh,
here.
there's contact. Oh, and the McLaren's forced off the track. Eli off the track. Panda finishes. Oh, but he gets bailed out by everyone battling so hard and only loses one spot. So absolutely hauled to accomplish that finish. And finally, the dust is settled. Bala ends up P5. Panda P6 with that penalty. Eli
That was a great
P7.
last lap from Panda.
Fate F4. P8 to round out the scoring. Toasty P9. And Cabrito all the way back up into P10. I don't even think he was involved in any of the battling. Caden finishing behind him.
Spinning right before the start finish line, unfortunately. I don't know if he got spun or if it was just his own doing, but Panda definitely benefited from having the hards there on that
Oh,
last
yeah.
lap, being able to only lose one position with the 3-second penalty. But to round out the sprint, we have Diner, Jonah, Dr. B, Joseph, Bala, Panda, Eli, and Fate finishing out your points. Keep in mind we have another qualifying session and a race still to go. So, the top two can finish top two again. They're going to be pulling away in the drivers' championship.
Yeah. And, I mean, for sure, definitely, if Haas can duplicate this finish in the race, I mean, that's huge points. The other drivers, I mean, the other teams, quite good double points. Mercedes, I think, is Mercedes, Aston, and Haas are definitely all challenging. Um,
The good thing about sprint weeks is that you're able to use the sprint as a recon or as like intel. Um, you know what the strategy is going to be like. I feel like Bala was quite quick around the corners in sector one, but um, you know, Panda was able to pull away from him, and people were able to catch up to Bala in sectors two or basically just on the straights. So I believe you're able to change your setup if Parc Ferme is turned, even if Parc Ferme is turned on. Um,
I'm not sure.
but
Um, yeah, I mean, it's always crazy on a sprint week to just go from like hard nosed racing, and then it's like you're finally back in the garage before qualifying, and it's just like, okay, like this is totally, it's just a totally different vibe. Like you just expect to be done after that first race, but no, here we are, and I
yeah,
think
the
most
Can-Am crew better
drivers,
be getting paid overtime for this shit or for this stuff.
I think like most drivers just take a couple minutes to just sit in their garage, like maybe get something to drink or just like stand up for a second and
See the
like
Italian
reset.
dudes coming out.
Italian? What?
The Ferrari engineer.
Oh,
So I think if you look close enough on the pit lane crowd here, you're able to see me. I'm actually trackside right now commentating this race, as this is my home race. But
you're up
the
in the
Williams
Paddock
this week,
Club.
I noticed this in sprint quali, but they didn't coordinate their liveries again. Last week they both had the Golf liveries, and this week only one of them as the Golf
McLaren.
livery.
Oh no, McLaren did.
Yeah, McLaren got on the same page with each other. Didn't use the Chrome livery again. Dave, what are your thoughts on the race so far, or on the week so far?
Doesn't Ferrari have an alternate livery that they could use? I don't know. Haas
I
does,
wonder
and they are
if they was
not.
still. I wonder if Zin would be in the game. Like when the new liveries come out, I wonder if they would put Zins in the game.
I'm pretty sure they probably will.
No, this is T for teens.
I'm pretty sure it's E.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, because
T games are
tobacco
so hard to
usage is
find.
okay with teens. Okay, hold on, let me see.
What? How is tobacco? I don't know what the legal age for Zins are, but I'm pretty sure they have nicotine, so it would be whatever
Oh, it
that
is E
is.
for everyone.
18?
It's E for everyone. Because apparently there's alcohol in this game. Champagne. Champagne,
That'll
yeah.
do it. Why?
That'll do it. No, I don't think Zins are going to be in this game.
Golden is running our first lap on mediums, so must be pretty confident in his pace. Only 2 drivers out on mediums right now. It's Diner and Golden.
To be on the inters.
Oh yeah, I think he just switched. I wonder if he'll actually go out and do a lap on those.
I wonder if he thinks he's still in Canada.
Golden looks a little loose through Sector 3. I think he was in that lap 1 crash that basically shoved 4 people off the track, and they got passed by the entire grid.
Oh, Dr. B going out on the inters. Let's see how he does here. He probably knows something that we don't.
He's just watched GOAT. He takes his inspiration. 134.8 for Golden. Panda 133.9.
Oh, T2 just finished their sprint as well.
You're gonna spoil it for everyone.
I'm not. I was just seeing where Adam finished.
Cabrito, provisional pole, 133.6. Do you think we see someone drop below a 33?
Drop below a 33. Like 32s?
Yes.
I would say so, because Jonah in sprint quali he did a 33.3, I believe. And now that you're kind of in the groove, knowing the limits of the track, you're able to maybe shave off a bit more time.
Oh,
Caden
P4.
I think you can go to a 33 or a 32.
Caden P4 with a 134.3. That would drastically improve where he started in the sprint. We're on board here with Diner. He's on the medium tires. We'll see.
Dr. B starting his hot lap here, going into turn 1. DRS closed. Touches the apex. Does not even touch the curb on the side of turn 1. Okay.
He's on inters.
What's that supposed to mean? You said it like it was a slur. What's Bo doing?
He's, I think, asleep now. Can someone get this ViewBot XO Dave out of the chat, please?
Can I commentate now that I can't race for physical injuries? What do you mean race for physical injuries? Like, you doing a fundraiser?
He's a ViewBot. need
Do
to
not call him a
interact with
viewbot.
him.
Do not call him a viewbot. I enjoy having him in the chat. Yes, you can commentate, Dave.
I think Diner might be on pace for a good time on mediums, and it's P2.
And it's P2. But he was
What about
on 2-lap-old mediums.
what
We
about
still have 11
Jonah?
minutes left in the session. Jesus Christ, we're going to go to bed at like 11.
Jonah. Purple Sector 1. I believe it. The track map is not lying about that. Very close to invalidating there, but doesn't. And making the charge towards Sector 3.
Honestly, if we have close racing, like how we had in the sprint again, and we're adding strategy to the mix this time, I feel like we'll be in for a good race here. Dr. B doing a 40. He touches the 40s. Okay. 7 seconds off the pace on the inters.
I don't know if touching the 40s is a great thing.
Why? You would rather him touch the 13s?
Okay.
We have a viewer here. Formula Jonah, 2/10 on his sprint quali time. He does a 33-1. Let's see if he could back me up here and do another lap, get into the 32s. I wonder what the laps were for T1 and T2. Let's see.
I'm going to assume into the 32s. I'm going to assume well into the 32s, possibly even better.
I'm watching a T1 stream right now. Goat Lee doing it on a hot lap. Let's see what he does here. Dave, what are your thoughts on the tiers this season?
Did you ask me?
Oh yeah, no, they're far within the 32s. Nerf did a 32-1, a whole second quicker than.
Yeah, that was honestly going to be my guess. That was like a full second.
T1 only has 16 drivers though.
Yep, it's about the usual. We're going to be on the recruiting train for T1. This kick car looks like it has Flovis coming off in the spirit of testing this week.
I wonder if there's going to be anyone that qualies slower than their sprint quali time.
Possibly, but I don't see anyone that I feel like is way off the pace. Maybe
Dr. B.
Well, okay, yes, but I think Blackout is maybe a little bit slower than what he was. Sprint quali, and then Zeiser as well. Joseph also with a 35. After I'm pretty sure he qualified pretty high in the sprint.
Please don't say that again, Dave. A merger would only hurt Can-Am because we are leading the industry on F1 leagues. All right, looks like a couple drivers here are boxing for new softs. That means they chose the balanced or even soft tire strategy for the week. This should be the third set of softs, meaning they're not going to have another set of hard tires if they used it in sprint.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that you would necessarily want a soft, but I mean, it all kind of comes down to what when the safety
Yeah, like
car
typically
comes
when
out.
I was racing, with Mercedes, Adam and Riles and Caden and all that, we generally picked the harder tire compound when it came to picking your tires before the race. Just because we usually try to make the one stop work, but as we saw, Adam and I had to retire mid-season. Didn't put on a good performance. Or didn't even retire. We were forced into retirement, actually, by Augo. True story there. We see Toasty in P4 again. This is where he started in the sprint race. Got quite unlucky at turn 1. And he goes up to P2, just 1/10 behind Jonah.
I think Diner might be on a lap, might be looking to break in now on the soft tires. Nemesis coming close to the line as Eli goes P3 and Cabrito goes P4. Nemesis up to P5. I don't know if Cabrito just did that time or if I'm hallucinating. He's in the pits, so I don't think he just did that time. Diner, oh, well, I didn't really see what his sector split was. Oh, he's a second, he's 1.2 down. He might absolutely smash pole. As long as he can keep it within track limits. I think this is going to be pole by a mile. And it is.
32.5. So pizza's never wrong. Pizza's never wrong.
6/10 from Jonah. Absolutely
Do we know,
obliterating.
Do we know what assist Diner uses?
I'm pretty sure he runs like less assists than normally for like he can run in tier 2 if he wanted.
Okay.
Which goes to show assists don't make you that much better. You should take them off if you want to go faster.
Yeah. I think we're having that problem in T2 right now with, I think, William. I think he obliterated the grid last week, right? But he runs like full assists after driving.
He obliterated the grid, but he was up towards the top. I think he qualified P3.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry, I only pay attention to my own tier that I commentate.
I would think that I know a lot more about tier 3 than I do tier 2, since I physically watch the entire race.
You only know about T2 when there's, or I'm talking about in general, not you, but people only hear about T2 when there's post-race chats going on. But last week indicated to me that Can-Am is no longer what it used to be. A death threat and doxing league.
Which isn't all bad things. Golden coming to the line. P9. And Mini C out on mediums.
What are you talking about, Dave? Dave, would you rather watch Polly's stream or this stream?
Zeiser's starting a lap.
I wonder what the strat here from Dr. B is. You know, quali last, hope, pray for start on the hards
and lap on the inters.
Yeah, but he might be on to. Oh well, I spoke to he's on that lap.
I would. I mean, if he invalidates, then yeah, he's going to finish with an inter lap. But I hope, for the sake of him, he gets a soft lap on the board, even if it is a banker at this point.
Are there any surprises to you here? I will say I'm quite surprised that Cabrito is so high up this week. Like his qualifying performance has been pretty good so far. I'm quite surprised that Bala is that low.
He's on new softs though.
Yep.
I'm racing on his account. Bala on new softs. I mean, Eli and Nemesis, 2 rookies, up in the top 6, and then a reserve in P3. Panda talked a lot to be P8.
Yep. Turns out it wasn't his internet.
Cabrito flipped up to P4.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Was Turo ever a WDC for Tier 2?
Um,
Because if so, that I
no.
think that's the last time Aston Martin was in their glory days. I know they won
Well, I think so.
their
I
WCC.
I want to say yes because it wasn't last season. It would have been the season before,
Right, the
and I
one
think
where
he
you owe
denied
hats.
7.
Yes. Yeah, no, the season 7 loss by 1 point was against Anime.
That was one before. That was
Yeah.
season
Someone's in the
7.
grass
Season
here.
8, I don't know. Yeah, I think he beat 7 in season 8. Jonah is going to need a massive improvement.
Is there any time left in quali? Golden
I don't
is
think so.
okay, because Golden's on the runoff here.
We'd be seeing the checkered flag probably pop up though, so I think there is still some time, but we'll never get a non-caution.
Well, if Golden makes it for another hot, there's going to be some controversy here. He drove
Did
through.
he?
He was corner cutting quite a bit.
Did he just start
Oh
his lap, right?
no, no. I think he's just uh, avoiding other people to not
Okay, it
impede,
just
or he might
ended.
just be out of fuel.
It just ended.
Okay.
So
Let's see what
Diner's
Jonah's
time is
doing.
going to stand. Yeah, I am with Jonah here. Oh, and misses
Two
pole by
hundredths.
300ths. Yeah.
Wow. They are neck and neck. At least this season, P1 and P2 have competition, unlike last season.
Caden P8. Joseph not going to improve. Bala is on an outlap, which is invalidated, so it's over for him. Panda, it said purple in Sector 2, but I don't believe it. He's 3 tenths down, which is actually going to net him a lot of positions. I mean, look at all the drivers from P8 to P11, all with 33.7s. If you can get a .6, you jump up into 8th. Oh my goodness, he has traffic that are side by side. Oh my goodness, and slams into him. The Ferrari and the Haas just
All
taking a
right.
stroll and gets absolutely rammed into from a driver on their hot lap. And now 10 people just pit. Blackout going to not be last. Did hit the 134s. Pretty sure last qualifying he was 135.
We have some new people in general chat talking right now. Who is B?
I don't know.
Quite a few surprises here. We see Bala and Panda towards the back half of the grid, despite having a good sprint quali. Caden towards the top half. No, he's at the half. He's literally at the half. Despite starting at the bottom. And then the top three, Tosi this time starting in P3 instead of P4. Let's see if he could capitalize on starting on the other line here.
So there we have it. Quali done. And yeah, the gap between P1 and P2 within a tenth, but they gapped everyone else. Toasty, the next closest. Actually, the two reserves, the next closest, and Cabrito just off into P5, and now Toasty is left. We will need to
Jesus
send him an
Christ,
invite.
Toasty.
We'll need to send him an invite so that he can get back into the race, hopefully before we start. But his car will be there, so. Yeah, I don't think you were purple in Sector 2 there, Panda. The game says everyone's purple if they improve on their time. So the track map just lies.
Damn. Last week, I don't know if you remember, but Jonah missed out on P4 by 100th of a second, and this week he missed out on pole by 200ths. So
Yeah. He's been right there. But honestly, I mean, that's pretty realistic because, I mean, most qualifying sessions in real life are only separated by, about a tenth maybe from each position. So the tenth at most, usually from P1 to P10, it's like a second or a second and a half. So pretty good action
yeah,
so far. Um, so far, everyone looks like they have, competition in the league or in the tier. Diner and Jonah towards the top are going to be your known front runners, and then
hey, I mean the pole position starter for the last two races, the sprint and last week, end up not winning so far. So let's see. Let's see if there were any adjustments made to the setup, and if the pole position winner can actually win the race here.
yeah, Diner definitely has a good shot, and we're ready up onto the formation lap, and really, I think you know the early ready up it doesn't matter too much because um, the formation lap, if you miss the ready up or something, then you can just hop in the formation lap. Toasty, still not in his car.
We see just three drivers on the hard for the alternative strategy here. Both Mercedes drivers are doing the alternative strategy. I wonder if they're going to know when the other driver will box. Hopefully not double stack.
I don't think
But
they would even
ideally,
double
when you go
stack
for
though.
the
Like with them being P2 and P12, even if they pit the same lap when you're running that far apart, I mean you're basically at least probably six or 7 seconds away.
Could you guys hear him do the hand motion? Because I could. Oh, good night, Dave. But anyways, AWS said this is either a one-stop, medium to hard, or the softs to mediums. I doubt anyone here has two sets of fresh mediums, so it's looking like a one-stopper. But yeah, for the alternative strategies, ideally you want to go long and pray for a late safety car. That way you can gain positions and have the tire advantage at the end of the race. But doing that, you're gambling on a safety car. But yeah, I'm wondering what Jonah has in store here. It seems like him and Diner are neck and neck on pace. Definitely might be slower off the line with the hard tires, but Toasty still ghosted, not connected yet. Let's see if I can invite him. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? Not Kool-Aid?
No.
Shit, what's his name?
I needed something so that I wasn't coughing the entire race.
What's Toasty's name?
It's just Toasty.
Oh, I don't have him.
I'm pretty sure I invited him. Okay, let's invite him extremely fast before this race starts.
Is he asking for an invite here?
I don't know, but we sent it.
Oh yeah, he is. He is asking for an invite.
Okay. He's invited. He's gonna have a bad start. Unfortunate. 2 lights. Let's get on board with Fate in P4. Actually on board with his car. It looks like Diner gets a bad start.
Toasty actually gets a really good start. Is that him again? I think that's him. He's not ghosted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely him. He's driving into people. That's him.
Okay, yeah, no, so far, no carnage yet, but we are side by side, and yeah, Cabrito completely off the track, now rejoining unsafely, and I think rejoined directly into Dr. B. They're both down a spot. Eli moving up, and now More carnage. Oh my goodness, we're like 4 wide towards the back of the field, and Zeiser is the first casualty. Golden attacking Frenchie down the inside. Now we're 3 wide right in front of them, making a bit of
Posty with a
contact.
great run on Jonah.
I'm not watching towards the front, but yeah, let's see it. Tosi down the inside here. Is he going to get it to stick? He's still there, and Diner's running away. This is absolutely not good for their prospects here. I mean, Jonah on the alternate strat is vulnerable, and it looks like he's going to give up the spot. No switchback.
Yeah, having the hards, I feel like at the beginning, you don't want to fight as much. You just want to survive and hold out as long as possible. That way, when your tires, come back into it, you're not that far away from the leader. But Diner gapped 2 seconds in just the first lap.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to close that gap unless he starts making consistent mistakes. We've still got people flipping positions all over the place. Caden, maybe for a move on Golden here.
He dropped 5 positions with those hard tires. It seems like Panda was the only hard starter that gained 2 positions here.
Mini C around, and the Alpines are now last.
Both Alpines are like they are in real life, in last place.
Joseph as well, after the Haas double point, top 5 finish in the sprint. He's running P15 while his teammate leads and is holding a 2-second gap towards the front. And any battling behind him is encouraged here as Fate F4 closing in on Formula Jonah as Dr. B gets an overtake on Eli. The Aston Martin team, are they going to work together here? Bala coming up on Cabrito, flying around the outside, holding it within the track limits. That doesn't look very team orders like. It's a bit of an aggressive braking behind his teammate there. And Cabrito going to get a chance to fight with Eli for the position in front. Eli still in DRS of Dr. B, though. So, overtake.
I always wonder what the drivers that are usually at the front will do once they're at the back. You have quite a bit more traffic and carnage to work through. Tosi just now setting the fastest lap, closing 4/10 on Diner that lap. Jonah still barely staying within DRS range, but it's fun to see how Bala is going to navigate this traffic after winning Canada last week. And it's going to be even harder because he has his teammate right in front of him, trying not to crash out your teammate while doing an overtake. But the longer they hold positions, if Bala is quicker than Cabrito, then the longer it takes to get to the front of the pack.
I'm not sure if he's necessarily faster in this stage. He just made his move up through DRS, as Cabrito is really attacking here. He's trying to get the place on Eli. Does Eli have DRS? No. Cabrito does, and he's going to be moving down this straight. Inside, outside. He picks the inside. And there he goes. We have the worst camera view of all time. A switchback for Eli. Still with the worst camera view of all time. The switchback doesn't work. Now Cabrito locks up Eli right on the back. Looking for a place. Cabrito defending the inside. And again, get off this camera view. Oh my goodness. This is the worst broadcast view. But yeah. Cabrito did well to hold up Eli and now made a mistake. Yeah, made a mistake. So now he's behind Nemesis and Bala.
Right behind him is Panda on the hards.
Yeah, Panda up 2 spots from the start, I think. And is holding.
Yes, up 2 spots from the start.
He's holding here as now Nemesis up and down. I don't know if he actually made a move or not. Okay, Eli is making a move with Nemesis. They're side by side into Sector 1. Who's going to seed here? Oh my goodness. Nemesis cedes position, then nearly kills Panda in P10. Oh my goodness, that was close. Nemesis trying to hold it side by side, and Alpine's day goes from bad to worse. But yeah, Nemesis just...
Holy ad on the stream. Oh, wait, they can't even hear me talk. So I guess we have a bit of a intermission here. Or, well, I guess when they watch it back, they won't see the ads, right? Yeah.
No,
If they watch it back.
I don't think so. You won't see the specific time for ads. Panda absolutely sending it. Making it stick with Nemesis side by side.
Into his side pod. Nemesis goes. Dude, what is the camera view around Sector 3, man? This production team needs to get fired.
Yeah, my one broadcast view absolutely ruined probably the best battle we've seen today. Cabrito is pulling away from his teammate, though. And the only person in DRS, we have a caution in Sector 3.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph, only one flipping position, so I think it was him, but only lost one. Blue Knight, again with a 3-second time penalty in 5 laps. That's not a good prospect for the rest of the race. But yeah, there's only really one driver in DRS, and that is Fate F4, hanging it in there as the driver in front of him, Jonah, is on the hard tires, so he should have the pace advantage still at this stage of the race. But we did see the turnover point, or the crossover point, around lap 9 or 10 in the sprint race. And Mini C just forced to retire a bit too far behind today. And a huge mistake. Nemesis is on the grass. Mini C has left. Nemesis now down into 17th, spins again, crashes and knocks his wing off.
Will there be a safety car here? I don't think so.
Can't start his car. Oh my goodness. You can't
What is going on?
You can't floor it out of the first gear. He's just learning the hard way. I'm not sure. But yeah, Nemesis completely out of the battle, allowing a couple more drivers in, as the only 2 penalties are Blue Knight Golden with 3 seconds. So Caden, once again in net scoring position.
It's also on the hard here.
And Jonah now in DRS. Did have DRS for the start-finish straight, and is right behind Toasty. So those hard tires starting to fire up maybe earlier than we saw in the sprint. And now Bala and Cabrito flipped. I did not see that. Joseph gets by Blackout, who is running P14, and then spins, keeps his nose out of the wall, but yeah, there goes P14 down into 16th.
We see Panda right on the gearbox of Eli here. We have some pretty good battles from P8 through P10.
Pretty much where we saw the battles in the sprint race too.
Yeah. P6 and 7, the Aston Martins, I think they're just trading DRS at this point. That's what it looks like. Just trying to work with each other, pull away from the cars behind, and even catch up to the front.
Here goes Panda.
Panda overtakes on Eli here. Keeps his foot in, though. Will there be wheel lock?
Is he going to look down the inside? No.
He sticks it. He lands it. Panda overtakes on Eli.
And now Blue Knight taking the opportunity to get through Eli. And he does. Oh, my goodness. Golden and Caden, I think, had a little bit of contact in the background, too. I think Caden wanting to get by Golden 2 seconds off the pace. And Caden probably a bit quicker at this stage of the race. Again, I'm pretty sure, he did start on the hard tires. So his hard tires starting to come into play. And yes, Caden does get the overtake done. I think maybe a couple drivers who've been battling and who've been in the dirty air, their tires are starting to feel it. And those mediums probably are starting to wear out pretty quick. But again, you'd think it would be the same wear in the sprint. And it was a good 9-10 laps before we really started to see the hards take over.
I'm wondering if any drivers probably made changes to their setup, wing adjustments, tire
Maybe
pressure,
that could be.
all that stuff. Jonah here, right in the gearbox of Toasty, despite having a pretty poor start on those hards, looks like they're firing up. Fate
Oh yeah,
F4
completely dropped
stayed
him.
in DRS range all the way up to lap 6. Now it's 2 seconds behind Jonah.
Yeah, yeah. I think Jonah is seizing this opportunity and maybe going to be a two stop for these medium runners here if they're really starting to fall off a cliff and the hards are firing up. We'll see how long the hards go and if anyone tries a one stop, but I'm not too sure with the looks of it. I mean, all the medium runners at the front have pretty much been going the same pace, and Jonah, like you said, has been the one starting to climb back into this race.
Hayden's back in the points here after overtaking, but Eli's going to have DRS going into turn 1. Let's see if we have any other DRS battles here. All right, let's see what Eli does here. No, Caden just pulls away. Those hard tires are
Yeah, they're
the
starting to
preferable tire
dominate
right now.
I think the medium runners need to start considering, this might be the spot where you can undercut and maybe start your two stop as Frenchie's the first driver in towards the back to pit for hards.
I mean, take a look. Panda, despite working together, the Aston Martins were pulling away, and now Panda is right at the back of their DRS trade, and
Yeah.
he's on the hards as well. So, it's going to look good right now. But let's see how the strategy plays out here.
Jonah and Toasty battling here side by side. Toasty around the outside, Jonah down the inside. But now, if they stay side by side, Toasty's going to get the inside on this important double left. A little bit of contact there. Jonah trying to find a way through. And now in the triple right, cannot find anywhere to go. We've got a caution in sector 2. Oh, and Caden down. Oh, my goodness, what happened?
Oh, he's in the grass. Wonder if he has damage.
Caden completely out.
Does he not know what way to go? He just stayed still.
Lost all of his spots, and now Eli with his first time penalty. Golden with 9 seconds of penalties. And yeah, Jonah now 7/10 away, going to have to make up a bit of gap. Fate F4, he's been very consistent so far this race. 2 seconds
We're seeing
behind.
The field spread now.
Yeah, true.
So not many close battles going on anymore between Jonah and P2. Jonah Toasty gets his first time penalty.
Cabrito also down to P9, separated from his teammate. And Panda up into P7 in the DRS of Bala.
He's picking off these drivers with those hards.
Yeah, after if he can get this move done on Bala, it's pretty much no man's land. And Toasty and Jonah battling again. Round 2, and Golden gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. What is he doing? Zeiser around the outside of Golden. We're on board with him. I'm just more interested to see what is going on. You don't just randomly
every lap,
get a 10
Tyner is pulling away by another second here.
Yeah.
He's very relieved to see Toasty. Yeah, Toasty basically fending off Jonah, the only guy that can match his pace, while on the alternate strategy as well. So that'll be something to look out for. Panda here having DRS going into turn 1. It doesn't seem like he's close enough to make a move. And then everyone else, there's basically only... Oh, he almost kills the Aston Martin.
Yeah, Bala there.
Wow. Golden Sniper retires.
Yeah,
let's see. Probably retired in the pits.
Yeah, just pulled into the pits. 19 seconds too much, even though he was going to pit it off. Blackout back up into 13th after quite a bit of mistakes being made.
All right,
also
second
stops.
DRS here.
Only one stop so far.
Jonah at the back of Toasty. Let's see what he does into turn 1 here. It seems like Toasty always gets a better run out of the back straight compared to Jonah.
Yeah, I mean, they're just taking the same lines into these corners, and Toasty's able to defend. Panda gets by Bala. He takes the inside, and yeah, he's going to be clearly ahead. And Bala, just no answer as he watches Panda go by, and now he's 3 seconds behind Dr. B for P5. Oh,
I'd
Jonah.
definitely say this performance is a lot better than his sprint race performance by Panda. But we still got a long race to go. His results were kind of hindered
Stops.
by
Oh,
the time penalties. So
first driver to pit. Fate F4 from P4 goes for the undercut and gets off those medium tires. Jonah still not able to make the move. And Fate F4 is not the only one Cabrito is in.
the optimal
And
strategy
Eli.
for hards is 15 laps on the hards. So now he's going to have to do 17.
It might be a two-stopper, though. Maybe.
He's on the mediums. Right. I
Oh,
forgot.
did he? Oh, he did. Yeah, so committing to a two-stop race here. On the mediums, Cabrito flips to the hards. Eli flips to the hards. Joseph flips to the hards. Frenchie has been on him for 2 laps. Nemesis pits for hards as well. I think he pit last lap, possibly. He's still quite a ways behind. But yeah, I wonder when the leaders are going to be in and when Jonah is going to get some time to, open up and see what he can do in the clean air, as Toasty has really just hemorrhaged his pace and probably could be making inroads on Diner if he got the chance. But Diner not doing so hot out in front. 2.5 now to Toasty, and
He
not
was
sure
3
what's going
seconds
on.
a few laps ago, and he's dropping 2/10 a
2.3,
corner
yeah,
right
I
now.
mean, what is going on? Did he
He's
puncture or
boxing.
something? Yeah,
Toasty
both
boxes
of them,
as
both of
well.
them have to box, and they do. Just
Doesn't even try for the
hemorrhaging a lot
overcut.
of
So let's see
time.
what Jonah can do here with some clean air. He probably has to box in about 2-3 laps.
Dr. B stays
So
out another lap. Panda, so Mercedes is just going to be 1-3 here on the hards. Doing the alternate strategy, and it's really going to be interesting to see where Fate F4 ends up. He was 4th before all the stops. And is he going to be close? Oh, he is way closer to Toasty, who is P2. He was 2 seconds off of Jonah before the stops. And now he's half a second behind Toasty, likely going to fire it through the DRS. So the undercut...
He was only 2 seconds away from Diner, and now he's about 4. I think he had a pretty poor entry into the pit lane. Fate also has the tire temperatures on him to make a run here.
Oh, yeah, and Fate is on the medium tires, so he did get a lap to warm up the medium tires and now has the softer compound, but does have to make another stop, so Fate has to get a move on here. Needs to get this move done as quick as he can, and Toasty looking to fight it a bit, but I don't think he's going to be able to do a lot. Tries to switch it back, and just nothing really
keeps
there.
his foot in.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
quite aggressive from Toasty this entire week, huh? But, I mean, that's what makes it entertaining to watch. No collision, no problem.
Yeah. Toasty definitely trying to make that move, but does not. Now Doctor pits, and he's probably going to lose out on maybe a couple seconds towards whoever was fighting with him. I'm not even sure who it was. Maybe Bala?
Sorry, I was watching the C2 race, but I'm back now.
Up in P3.
We have a few more pits coming in here. A few more cars coming into pit, I mean. We got Mercedes running 1 and 2 now. Ideally for them, a safety car should be coming out
Yeah.
anytime now.
Yeah, I think Nemesis would also love that safety car. Cabrito gets a 3-second time penalty, and Joseph now all the way back up into the points.
All right, so let's see the net strategies. So right now,
everyone, I mean,
Diner's about 22 seconds away from Jonah.
yeah, like everyone's going for the one stop except Fade F4, who went medium to medium and now is kind of given DRS to Toasty if he can stay within. Don't know how much the dirty air is going to hurt him, but I'm pretty sure he would prefer that with the DRS.
Just slowly dragging him towards Diner again because he knows this is a free position. He doesn't even have to fight and lose time. Fate can just drag him closer to Diner, who doesn't have DRS. So
yeah, and we know that Fate has to pit again. So I mean, we'll see if the two-stop really works out for him, but I'm not too sure. And I think he should practically throw on the softs, and if you can get 5 laps out of the softs, then you're fine. But if you can go 11 laps as Joseph gets a penalty, if you can go 11-11, sitting at around 22-23, and then there's your 5 to 6 laps on the soft tires. So it's probably possible.
basically, yeah, as of right now, there are only 2 drivers within DRS range, and now Caden just got overtaken in a DRS zone. So, everyone's just doing their own races right now. Seems like everyone's sticking with the one stop, it seems. Yep. So let's see how it's going to fare out here once the hard starters finally box.
Everyone fanning out. Maybe we can go and watch Caden and Zeiser as Zeiser on the 1 lap old tires versus Caden. And Zeiser gets a 3-second time penalty. Caden in P13 on 13 lap old hards. And now you just wonder, when do the hard runners come in, as Diner is just, it feels like he has made up so much ground on the Mercedes team. He has 11 laps.
Only 2 seconds away from Panda. So will Panda play the team game here and try to back up? Jonah also has a time penalty. Forgot about that. But let's see if Panda plays the team game here and holds up Diner.
Yeah, not looking promising for the Mercedes team. If they were looking to pick off Diner, as both of them still have to pit, and if Diner is on a 1-stop, as Caden and Toasty get a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, if both of them are on a 1-stop strategy and Diner can just nurse his tires in the clean air, then it's going to be hard. But yeah, Panda is going to have to either get a safety car here or Checo Perez defend everything, as Blackout, I think, spun around, caused the yellow here. But yeah, Diner feels like making up about a half second every lap into this battle, and I think it's just going to come down to tire wear as Toasty and Fate flipping positions here. Fate keeping the position here. Toasty was ahead for a second. Yeah, keeping his spot. But Fate F4, I mean, like you said, it's a free position. You know he's going to pit, so Fate, because of this decision, is probably going to lose out on maybe 3 more spots if he doesn't start to pick up the pace. And really, you need to see Dr. B's gap just start to shoot up, because it's going to be hard to shake Toasty, as I think he can attest to pretty easily. Diner,
what he can do is
second away.
Going for a late lunge, doesn't stick. What he can do is, if he knows he's slower than Toasty, he could just let Toasty stay within DRS of Toasty, and at least they'll fend him off from the positions behind. But as of right now, he's just fighting Toasty, who seems to have quicker pace than him. knowing he has to also box again, and he's just giving the cars behind a chance to catch up. I think a lot of the hard runners are just waiting for a safety car, but with all the cars fanned out like this, the odds of
It's gonna
that
be
happening
hard.
aren't very high.
And
So
Caden the first to box off the the hards as he started on the alternate strategy. We'll see how long it takes Panda and Jonah as Panda gets past. And Diner was not much more than a pylon there, or did I say Diner? I mean, Panda was not much more than a pylon as Diner just makes his way through. And is now hunting Jonah only 8 seconds behind. And yes, they're going to have the pace advantage towards the end of the race, but I mean, you're looking at almost 10 seconds to make up, and that's just going to be hard. Diner has
yeah, it seemed
looked
to work out
untouchable.
really well towards the around the 10 to 12 lap mark, where Panda was just picking off everyone, but with no outside intervention like a safety car, it doesn't seem like the strategy is working out for them.
Yeah, and it's hard to expect a safety car in COTA when the walls are so far away from the track itself, and then also all the runoff is pretty much concrete, so you're not really losing it over grass or gravel in very many places. So especially the hard braking zones where you might, in other cases, maybe dip into the grass and lose the car. Here, there's a lot. There's basically a paved shoulder everywhere, so it makes it pretty hard to really lose control and also go into the barriers as Panda's trying to fight Diner here. Can't catch up, and I mean, he's gaining a second on Jonah at this point. Panda doing all he can to stop him, and has not worked. It's not working. 7 seconds away, and if he doesn't pit now, it's going to be 6 seconds, and I just don't know if Jonah is giving himself enough laps on those medium tires to catch up as he does go into the pits. Panda staying out another lap, and we'll see how much time he ends up losing to Diner most likely, and we'll really see how much time Jonah is off the leader as we'll switch from interval to leader really quick. As Jonah is pulling out of the pits, we're going to see how much time he is behind the leader here as he comes out. 12 and a half, 13 seconds behind the leader. 13 seconds and 10 laps. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 laps.
It's going to be hard.
Take a look at Caden and the V carbs. They're about over a minute off from the leader. I'm sure they're praying for the safety car too. Hopefully their development team has some upgrades coming, but that seems looking rough. Having their TP also having serve a 2-race suspension. So this should be the last of it, but kind of funny how this was the race last year or last season that caused them to get the 2-race suspension.
Now, early in this year, Caden does set the fastest lap on those fresh medium tires, looking to cut up through the field, but after he gets by Nemesis, then he has a 23-second gap to Zeiser, which I just don't think is possible for pretty much anyone unless a tier driver spawns in.
I don't think he can get P1.
What was that?
You don't think he can get P1 anymore?
Who, Caden?
Yeah.
No, doesn't look like it. Panda decides to box. Now this is going to give Toasty P2, and now we have another penalty as Dr. B falls. Another 3-second penalty, and Bala, non-penalized, is only 7/10 off of Dr. B now, net-wise. But
I mean,
he's going to have to deal with Panda getting back through the field, though. Panda is likely going to pass both Dr. B and Bala.
Yeah. Jonah is already at the 10-second mark here.
2 seconds a
setting a
lap is
purple
huge.
sector in sector 1. Let's see how he does here with 9 laps remaining. Obviously, catching up and actually overtaking are two different things. He has 2 obstacles in front of him here, which Fate.
Fate has to
He'll box
pick, though.
again.
Yeah,
Yep.
he probably needs to within the next 2 or 3 laps, I would guess. But he might hold out to like lap 23 at the latest for softs.
Yep, and he's seen this battle with Toasty before at the beginning of the race. This time they just have
Yeah, I
opposite
mean,
tires.
Jonah's flying.
Yeah.
8.5 seconds. The killer is the penalty. So he just would love to see Diner pull up on the like, what do you even call it? Race director, whatever, to tell him that Diner has gotten a 3-second time penalty. Let's go to the race director and look at the exceeded track limits and see if we can find Diner here.
I'll find it. Don't get off the race.
Oh, sorry, I already am. Diner has no warnings. It's over. That is not a good look, as Jonah does set the fastest time.
8 boxes.
Yeah. So
Putting on the hards. He puts on the hards with 8 laps to go.
that's just a bad strategy call. Maybe expecting a safety car, but yeah,
Wow.
that
Okay.
really sucks. That takes him out of a probable top 5 into now
Yeah. He boxed with.
P8.
He was the first to box with.
He should have
in
done. He
P4.
should have done medium to hard, and then decided if he wanted to 2-stop or not back onto the mediums. But at least give yourself the chance to 1-stop, even if you might feel like you're hemorrhaging time. As Jonah makes the move on Toasty, this is huge.
Does Toasty stick his nose in here? No, he does not. Now he's only
can't.
7 seconds away from the leader.
Oh my gosh.
And keep in mind here, there's another car in front of him that has blue flags. If he catches them in a DRS zone here, which seems like he will, he's going to get DRS into turn 1.
Panda making his way up into P5 too. We'll change it back to interval timing. He's only got 3 more seconds to Dr. B, who has 3 seconds of penalties. But then he has a ways to go. Panda would
He catches blackout and he gets DRS.
Panda
Let's
would
see how much
need
of an advantage it is here for him.
a Herculean effort to finish in the podium today.
7 laps to go. 1 second a lap. Just like how the gap was when he first boxed. So it's going to take a bit of work. The tires are going to wear away, but let's see what he could do here.
I mean, to me, it looks like Jonah has plateaued a bit around the 7-second mark. I think he's been at 7 seconds for quite a while. It looks like it's going to dip into 6. But I think those brand new fresh mediums starting to wear off a bit. Now still
even if Panda doesn't overtake Dr. B with the time penalties, that's a P5 drive for him.
Still think he'll want, well, P4. He'll want to overtake, but
yeah, P4.
But I think
I forgot where he qualified. P12.
Even overtaking, it's kind of pointless because there's probably no way he gets 10 seconds on Toasty with the remaining laps. Caden up into 13th, past Frenchie, Nemesis, and Blackout, who Nemesis running in the points and then made that one mistake into the grass, couldn't get his car started back up. Waiting on a safety car, and Blackout in last, and that was where he was last race. So, yeah, like you said, waiting on the upgrades coming through. But his teammate, they haven't been able to capture any points so far this season. So hopefully better days ahead for V-Carb as they likely remain pointless here to start the season. 2 races in, though, long season ahead. Lots and lots of things can change, as Blue Knight is our first driver to get 6 seconds. Not really, because Golden had 19 and then DNF. So he's the second driver to get 6 seconds, but not rage quit.
You know who's leading I guess, all three teams or all three tiers? Have you done the stats for that yet?
What? For what? The
What
presidents?
team is leading in? Yeah,
Um, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it's Williams on the back of their Tier 1 performance, which saw Goat and Fate double points.
I think they had a pretty good tier 3 performance as well. They were both podium, but I think one of them slipped.
Yeah, I
But
think they
still,
definitely were double
I think they were
points.
still double points. Yeah,
And then
Fate
Tier
overtaking
2,
Cabrito
yeah.
here
Pretty sure
with
Tier
those
2
fresh hearts.
they were double points as well. So I think Mercedes is P2. Haas was P5. Although they dominated, they had great result. They're leading the constructors in Tier 2 and Tier 3. Their Tier 1 performance was not up to par. So, and that is weighted a little more importantly than Tier 2 and Tier 3, as they have a 1.5 multiplier in Tier 1 and a 1.25 multiplier in Tier 2 compared to Tier 3. And Panda gets the move done on Dr. B. We have a caution in Sector 1. Oh, Dr. B now cuts the corner, mows the grass, and
That's a bit
now
racist.
Fate F4. It's going to be a close battle here. Mowing the grass is racist.
Yeah, you're saying it because of who he is.
Formula One cars easily turn into lawnmowers. Project Nemesis was also cutting the grass earlier. Blackout, pretty sure, was cutting the grass. Mini C.
Nice save, nice save.
Doing a lot
Jonah,
of
like you said,
lawnmowers.
is actually dropping back now. Around the 6 and 7 second mark.
Nice. Yeah, he just hanging around 7 seconds flat, and yeah, he made up 5 seconds in 2 laps, and now has absolutely plateaued. And maybe it's just because Diner saw him on his timing charts and decided he needed to pick up the pace a little bit, or maybe he was saving a little bit on the tires, but also operating in a clean air is quite the advantage in this game. So he's definitely able to make light work of that, save enough tire, save enough battery, and keep his distance. As we've only
Yeah,
got
so
four
as of
laps
right
to go.
now, everyone's in their own race, racing
Yeah.
against the timing page. No one's really in the position to attack. So if everything stays this way, I doubt there's going to be a safety car since everyone's so far apart. What are your surprises this week? I'd probably
Um,
say Cabrito's second week in a row with the points.
yeah, looking for another P8 finish. Blue Knight not going to drop yet due to his penalties, but it might be close. I don't know. I think the reserves shake things up. Panda having internet also finishing pretty
Yep.
much around where he qualified in week 1. I don't think there was too many surprises. I think without a safety car, without any weather, nothing really shook the grid up this week. We see Diner dominate. We see Jonah around the top 2. I'm not surprised with Toasty as he was around the top in the couple races that he did last season. Panda around where he qualified. Bala, a little bit of a disappointment there, but I mean, you won't scoff at a P5. Dr. B, same type deal where he was running in the points all last race. Fade F4, another reserve shaking things up. Cabrito, where he was last
Strategy
week.
department, though. Strategy for Fate
Yeah, Fade
F4.
F4,
Their,
yeah.
their strategist needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Blue Knight getting a good result. I'm not sure. I think he was around middle of the pack, but out of the points last week. So hopefully
yeah,
able to
I
stick it
believe he
in.
was the one it was a torrential downpour and he was using 4-lap old mediums.
Yeah,
Um,
I do think you're right. Eli, I think, snagged a point last week, looking to snag a point this week, and then I think Joseph, probably the biggest disappointment from last week to this week, hasn't really been running in the points today at all. One spot out of the points and maybe looking to battle Eli for the 1 point, but after a P2 finish last week, a bit depressing from him, and not only a P2 finish in Canada, but a P4 finish in the sprint race. So knew he had the pace even in COTA and just wasn't able to find the position as Dr. B gets by Bala, and now there's a ghost. I think Blackout just getting out of the way. And Dr. B getting a spot. Now he has to make up 3 seconds, which I don't think is going to happen.
Looks like we're on par with laps with the T1 race. It should end around the same time. Tier 3, about 4 laps behind. Diner leaves the session.
Oh my goodness. What is the math on this? Is the race going to count? 26 divided by 28. Yeah,
92%. It will count.
It will count, but he might be hemorrhaging time here.
AI is definitely a lot slower. Yeah, Jonah's gaining 1/10 a second.
Oh no. Well, this makes things a little more interesting. The race win will count for Diner, but he won't even be present for it. It is 80 AI though, so they aren't terrible. But yeah, Jonah gaining 3/10. It might be enough. I think the AI is going to get across the line, but who knows? The AI could just pit. I mean,
oh yeah,
that would be horrible.
The AI could pit. Oh my god.
So Diner technical issues might just throw away whatever. Basically, if you're Diner, you're holding your breath, praying that your AI can get across the line. As Jonah's made up a second, I still don't think it's going to be enough. But oh my goodness, this one we thought the race was essentially over, and we're saying the finishing positions here. Diner car does stay out.
You're going to see the biggest time change in Sector 1.
6.5 seconds. I mean, just the time is just flying down, and I think that's Nemesis behind him. It looks like he's going to make it up as Joseph does make a mistake, and now he's not going to be able to secure a point unless there is a mistake. Bala gets his first penalty, and now the overtake that Dr. B made has net him the actual position now. It was just going to be as simple as follow him to the end for Bala.
Blackout is overtaking him while being a ghost.
Nemesis,
so Blackout has more pace than this Haas, than this AI.
That is Blackout.
Yeah. So Jonah within 6, but keep in mind, even if he is able to overtake, he has to make up 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's 8 seconds.
Yeah. But
oh my gosh, I mean he's hemorrhaging like 2 to 3 seconds a lap, but even then I don't think it's enough. I mean what a panic for Diner here. Maybe it was a flex. Maybe he just said, yeah, I don't need to finish the race, I'm done.
He hasn't said anything.
I've done my required laps, and I win.
You need this, Jonah.
Jonah 4 seconds behind. Is the AI going to do something very dumb?
We're commentating an AI race now. That's
go
insane.
into the pits. No, he's not going to go into the pits. He's going to start the final lap 4 seconds away, 7 seconds from the lead. I mean, I don't know if the AI are programmed to spin, but we'll find out here. I don't know. I don't think Jonah has enough time. If he maybe DC'd 2 laps before, I think the race still would have counted, and Jonah would have had a chance to win, but there's just not enough time. I don't even know if he's going to get the overtake on track. Okay, he's back. Is he going to retake the car and then make a mistake? What? Oh, Fate and Bala side by side. Oh, Bala! Oh my goodness! I thought he might have lost the car for a second, but he regains control. And Fate F4 emphatically takes the position. No penalties, so he shouldn't really have to worry. But just for extra measure, smashes Bala to the outside of the track.
Yeah, so Jonah's losing time again. So that means Diner's back in the car, I
But
believe.
he isn't. He's still a ghost.
Oh, well,
Oh,
he went
oh,
from three.
there he is. He's he's
There he
back for the
is.
last half lap. He is back to take the checkered flag as his
Hey,
AI
I mean,
lost
I
five
respect it.
seconds. His AI lost 5 seconds to P2, but it's still going to be enough to take the win at COTA, take the sprint win, take the feature win, and now take a bow. 33 points in the bank, possibly 34 with the fastest lap. And P1 for Diner, P2 Jonah, and rounding out the podium is P3 for Toasty, a great reserve signing by MJW. Panda taking P4, backing up a bit of his talk from the previous weeks. Dr. B coming to the line, but Fade F4, he's going to keep his
Takes
top
it.
5 position, even with the
Wow.
2-stop. 11 seconds off Panda, but steals the top 5 after getting by Bala and taking it off a penalty from Dr. B, who finishes 6th. The Aston Martins in 7th and 8th, finishing together, even though they weren't as close as they were throughout this race. Still right next to each other in the standings. Blue Knight in P9, and Eli snags another point in P10. Joseph, first driver out of the points in 11th. Zeiser in P12. Better finish from him, but still no points. Caden in P13. Once again, better finish for him. Looked like he might have had a chance at points. Did he score in the sprint? We'll have to figure that out. But he loses out after penalties to Frenchie, who I was excited to see and stomp my enthusiasm out as he was nowhere near the points all race. And Nemesis will be last across the line, even though Blackout took the checkered flag, being the only driver to be a lap down. And that'll be it. 16 finishers. Yeah.
Definitely after the first round of pit stops, it wasn't as exciting as last week or the sprint, but still fun to see all the drivers racing against their own the timing page.
Yeah, and I think I think we had plenty of battles, like you said, in the sprint race, and qualifying was still close, and I think some strategies overlapped enough to where we had a battle every now and then, pretty much every couple laps. So always something to
33
see.
points. 33 points this weekend for Diner. Wow.
Yeah,
Toasty, despite not scoring any points in the sprint, finishes the week with the same points as Panda. Uh, he was driver of the day in the game. Would you say he's driver of the day? Your driver of the day as well?
who did you say? Panda is the driver of the day in the game.
In game, yes.
My driver of the day, if we're considering just feature race, um, if we're gonna give it to pure driving, I'm gonna go driver of the day as Fate F4. Doing a 2-stop race, which is completely not the right strategy, and somehow finishing 1 spot lower than you qualified is pretty impressive. Um, so I literally wrote him off from finishing top 5, and he
Yeah.
somehow made it back up. So to be honest, he is my driver of the day. Maybe not the most flashy pick, but I think is a testament to his driving on track from literally doing the worst strategy, the wrong strategy, and still getting a top 5 out of it. What about you?
Yeah, it's not even like the two stopper was bad. It's the two stopper going into the hards instead of the softs with 5 laps left or
Yeah,
5 6 laps left. But I'd say it's not a flashy choice either. But Diner just dominated the entire race.
yeah,
He didn't let he was on the right strategy. Disconnected at the end, came back for the checkered flag. I'd say honorable mention to Panda as well. I mean, he had a pretty bad quali. I think he got impeded, but he made the hard strategy work, the hard tires work, and dragged it to P4, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, P12 to P4, not bad either. But yeah, I'd have to say my drive of the day is definitely Diner.
Yeah, I think just gave himself enough track to work with and pick the right strategy. Was able to basically nurse it home, just staying in the clean air. So great weekend for the Haas team and Diner. Should definitely establish their constructor lead in Tier 3. They were only a point ahead of Aston Martin, and certainly that gap is going to widen a bit. But the Mercedes team, now with Panda actually finishing a race, should be, hot on their heels, I would think. Not far out of striking distance, but yeah, 33 points from Diner and 5 points extra from Joseph. A pretty good weekend for them, even though Joseph did not score in the feature race. But yeah, what did you say next week is Baku?
Yep, no safety cars this week.
Yeah.
Every safety car next week.
Yeah, Baku is going to be quite an interesting race. And you know what? I hope that Toasty is signed once again for Baku because I think that will cause 2 safety cars in and of itself. But yeah, Baku definitely going to be the exact opposite race of what we've seen today. It might fan out, but that will be after 3 safety cars, and there will be 7 drivers remaining on track. So Baku is always a crazy week. We had a sprint race where some of the standings might fan out, and Baku might literally reverse everything that happened this week. So we will hopefully stay tuned to see that. I'll be here next week. Hopefully Pizza will as well. But for the most part, hopefully that you guys who are all watching will still be here next week. And I can't blame you if you maybe didn't pay attention to the whole sprint weekend this week, and especially in COTA. But I think we will have plenty of action in Baku, so I don't think you'll want to miss that one. I personally hate Baku, but I think it will be a great spectator event. So
Great to watch.
yeah, I'm
And
excited.
then we have another repeat for the sprint in 2 weeks. I don't know why that was decided. First 2 sprints are in the first 4 weeks, but going to be another long, exciting week. Netherlands, sprint at the Netherlands. I don't know why that was decided, but all right. The people have spoken.
Yeah. Gronk says he's a big fan of the stream. So thank you. We know we have all the fans of Can-Am since we had the most viewers for the stream this year last week. So expect a dip this week since the action was not crazy, but still.
Hey, what was it?
I think a good
What was the viewers last week?
270.
That wasn't live, right?
I don't think so. Just how many views we ended up with on the video, I think.
Yeah.
So Heatley took out Goat on the last lap. Intentional drama in Tier 1. Oh, no. Well, we'll have to see that in all the replays. But yeah, be sure to check out the Twitch VODs and also on YouTube. I do have the Canada videos ready to upload on there. I just haven't pressed publish. So all the videos, Canada and COTA, should be going up soon. But yeah, other than that, we hope to see you live next week for Baku, or if not, be sure to just subscribe on the YouTube or enable notifications on the Twitch so you don't forget that we're live. So, but otherwise, thanks for watching, whether it was Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3, and enjoy the rest of your night.